Okay, good morning, Mr. Langs. So it's nice to see you again here, and I really want to know what do you think about the process. I really want to know about the conversation that you had with our HR. So tell me your ideas and your thoughts.
Hi, Robert. It's really good to see you again. Yeah, I had a very in detail discussion with our Jane, and she gave me a good insight into our current evaluation process. And after listening to her, I felt like there are some improvements that need to be made in our evaluation process that we are currently have in our organization. And I would like to discuss both these with them.
Perfect. So I have some points that I thought about it, and I really want to know what you think about it. So one of them is, for example, about the supervisor and employees mindset. I'd like to know what do you think about it because, because of this process is a long process that we have. So what do you think?
Okay, so when I was talking to Jane, she told me also this thing I noticed in our previous assignment. This came up again. So yeah, so the mindset that the employees and the supervisors are having, that's really a concern for us. For our evaluation process, like they are seeing it as more as a formality rather than a compulsion, right? Rather than their for their own good, they are seeing it as a ritual. So we need to change that mindset, and we need to work upon it. And there is a need for more involvement of the supervisors as well as the employees. There is a need to make them feel understand the importance of this evaluation process, I think. And when we would involve the employees and the supervisors more into this, and will train them accordingly, our supervisors, I think this would work out for us.
Yes, I got your point. Yes, it is a ritual that we have for a while. And yes, maybe we can make some changes and try to make them understand the importance of the process, right? Good. What about our evaluation table? Have you seen our documents? What do you think about it? What do you suggest?
Yeah, I took a look at it, and I also had in detail discussion with Jane about this. I believe the points, the criteria we are following, it's good. It's really good. It's following all the required criteria. But I believe where we are lacking a bit is that there is simple 1 to 5 ratings, right? Which the supervisors have to do, and there is no explanation for them. So I believe we need to improve our evaluation system is good, but we need to modify it by adding some remarks section so that supervisors can explain themselves where the employees are lacking or where the employees are uh, doing good. By doing this, I believe they would also have more confidence in our evaluation process. They will also know they are they are being judged correctly, and it will also help us to change their mindset where they merely see it as a formality. So it will really get them into confidence for us.
Okay, so instead of just have the numbers that they have to mark some grade, we would like to put some comments that they can talk about what they talked to our employees.
Yeah.
Okay, I think it's a good idea too. It's important to know what they are thinking about. Good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, and what about the time of the process? We give them a deadline and they have to do everything according to the date that we just suggest to them. And usually they fill the form and do it. What do you think about it?
Yeah, uh, uh, I also looked into it into the time part. And I believe this is the point where the problem versions, our problem with the evaluation system, the employees begins. Because when the management gives them the deadline by itself, I believe it needs to be improved. We need to have great discussions with our supervisors. We need to have some meetings with them, ask them about their requirements, because if we want in detailed uh, feedback, or sorry, in detailed performance appraisal, so we need to give ask about the time from the supervisors themselves, and we need to allocate them the needed time, right?
Mm-hmm.
So rather than setting a deadline by ourselves, I think meetings and discussions with the supervisors are very important. That would really work upon us. And Robert, I was also thinking about the whole process of evaluation system as a whole, because we are doing it at once. Yeah, I believe you also have noticed about that we are doing the evaluation system annually, like for only once. So
Yeah, so that's another point. We just do this process once a year, and they fill the forms, and okay, we just put on the employees' files.
yeah,
What do you think about it? Can we make it better?
yeah, sure. You know, what I have learned so far with my experience, I believe that the evaluation process is not an annual process, or it's not a one-time process. It's a continuous process, I believe. So the evaluations should be like on a regular basis. It should be continuous. It should be a continuous process rather than a annual process. Like, uh, and to add more, after we are done with our evaluation, we should also look for the employee feedback, how they look for our uh, evaluations, right? So rather than being a one-time process, we need to be continuous.
Okay, so you mean you can validate the process by doing like a follow-up with the employees, and we can like the employees can talk to their supervisor more than one time. They can have this feedback, and on this feedback, they can talk about what they have done to develop themselves, something like this.
Yes, you got me, Robert. You got my point. Yeah. So these are the some suggestions that I have for you, right? And I believe this would really work for our evaluation system to improve it. And yeah, I'm looking forward for your implementations.
Okay, good. I think you brought good points here. We can talk about more, and we can think about what we can change and improve here on our current process. Thank you very much, Mr. Lane. It was really good to talk to you.
Yeah. Thank you, Robert.
Thank you.